I'm Father Stephen Riley here in Glasgow Green on this sunny day beside the People's Palace. A friend of mine, a priest who used to teach the Trinity as a course at their National Seminary in Glasgow, put as the exam question, what difference would it make if the Church declared tomorrow that the doctrine of the Trinity was something that we didn't believe in anymore? This intriguing question is one which echoes the great German philosopher of the Enlightenment, Immanuel Kant, who said that the doctrine of the Trinity makes absolutely no difference, no practical difference to the Christian life. Is that true? Well, I've sometimes with congregations and also with my own students at university had a little bit of fun asking them to think about the church, the actual church building, and to say if we didn't believe in the Trinity, what things would we have to remove from the church? They usually come up with great answers, and here are some of the ones that they thought of and I thought of as well. It's all for a bit of fun, but underlines how important the Trinity is to our life as Christians. As we enter the church, we bless ourselves in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. But if we don't believe in the Trinity, then we won't be able to pray that prayer anymore. We won't be able to bless ourselves at the beginning of prayer or at the end of prayer. We also won't be able to pray the glory be to the Father and to the Son and to the Holy Spirit. We won't be able to pray the Our Father because we don't believe that God is a Father, the Father, Son and Holy Spirit. Already our prayers are starting to fall apart. But not only just our prayers when we are in the church, but rather the sacraments as well. First of all, baptism. We are baptised in the name of the Father and of the Son and of the Holy Spirit. So if there's no Trinity, we're not baptised into it, and therefore we're not baptised people. We could pretty much go home right there and then. But we might reflect a little bit more on what we find in the church and how tied it is to the Trinity. Think of the other sacraments. We believe that all of the sacraments take place and are given their power through the Holy Spirit. But if there is no Holy Spirit, if we don't believe in the third person of the Trinity, then all of the power of the Holy Spirit is taken away, and therefore the sacraments too. We would have to stop celebrating the Eucharist, for example, when we call down the Holy Spirit, as the priest extends his hands over the bread and wine in what's called the epiclesis, and calls down the Holy Spirit on the gifts of bread and wine, as well as the congregation. If that's the case, as well as removing the altar where Mass is celebrated, we'd have to remove the tabernacle as well, because that is the Eucharist. No Eucharist, no tabernacle. If we are going to take away the Trinity as well, then who is Jesus? Jesus, if he's not the Son of God, is just a noble man who died, who was killed through the violence of others. But there have been so many others of those too. Why would we commemorate it? We only do so because he, as Son of God, through the power of the Holy Spirit, was raised from the dead on the third day. So having a crucifix would be senseless. It would just be commemorating one of many people who have died senselessly. Also, the Stations of the Cross would have to take down too for the same reason. And when I'm talking about this to a congregation, of course, we have a final laugh and look at them and say, we're going to have to take the pews away as well, because if you're not baptised, because there is no Father, Son and Holy Spirit, then you can't be here in the church either, so we don't need any pews either. As we looked around our Catholic Church with no more Trinity, we'd find it a very empty place, and also our faith very empty too. Would it make a difference if the Church declared that there was no Trinity? You bet it would.